Coming hot. Hot.
My name is Max.
This guy is Samson.
We got a camera, some mics, so you know what's happening.
Some shows are great.
And some shows are smart.
Some shows make no sense right from the start.
We tried to split the difference.
And tried to do it all.
We'll save you the suspense.
Here's
what it's called.
This is the Pretty Good Podcast. Chorus line.
It's the chorus line.
It's the perfect time.
It's the perfect time to describe what this show is in a few lines. As long as we're not interrupted.
Shouldn't you grab your microphone?
Shouldn't you grab your microphone? I filmed some voiceover stuff the other day.
It's an $80 fucking microphone, and it just stopped working on me.
And it's your name.
That
But
makes sense.
yeah, those cords, I mean, it's cool that you have it because they're pricey. And
Where's my beanie? Whatever.
speaking of Pats, we're recording, right?
Yeah.
Bitch.
Let me hit it. Yeah, baby. Where'd you get that?
Blow on it.
My lungs are not very powerful right now.
Why? It's okay. You went for a run.
Yep. Went for a run.
I put this on and my hair looked good.
is exciting.
My hair looked good before I put this on.
Did it really now? It looked good?
You should know.
So, I noticed you added a few things. I added a few things as well.
Sure.
So, should we just start her off right with, Oh, you lucky bastard.
It's a big one. If you have a cup, I'll split it with you.
I do have a cup. Let me drug my water down.
Yeah, if I can get water, dude. This is a lot of drink. We also soon should do the 40s again.
We should do 40s again. We should do,
Because last time I drank a bunch of gin before we did it, and I got way too drunk and puked and fell asleep on your floor. Or no, I didn't fall asleep. I laid down on your floor, and I fell asleep on your pull-out couch. And then I went to a job interview.
Jesus.
Then I went to I still got like a here. I also had a drink today, so.
I have a beer today.
Fuck, give that back.
Just one. Usually I have two and a shot of whiskey.
Samson
not
works.
true.
Samson
That's
works in
not
a
true.
monastery.
Not true. I only do that 2 to 3 times a week.
That's Whiskey Wednesdays. That's tomorrow. So,
I probably will tomorrow.
speaking of Wednesdays, I do trivia on Wednesdays.
Out in Caldwell.
Mm-hmm. And I think I wrote that I almost got in an altercation at trivia.
Oh, you didn't write that, but I do remember you telling me about it.
I totally did. Almost
you
got
did,
in
it's
fight
right
with
above.
buck teeth incest guy at trivia.
I didn't see that part. I only saw the checklist.
Fair. The checklists are easiest to read.
The checklist feature on Google Docs. Favorite feature.
This podcast would be cool if it was sponsored by Google.
Specifically the checkmark feature on Google Docs.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I would love to be sponsored by just the checklist feature in
This
Google Docs.
podcast would be cool if it was sponsored by Google Incognito mode.
This podcast is sponsored by the entire Google Incognito mode department. We love those guys. They're doing God's work out there. Guys and gals, I'm sure that they have a good mix of folks in there.
This podcast is brought you in part by Copy and Paste. You cheated in school.
Wikipedia,
That'd be sick.
brought to you by the community.
We should be like the smallest podcast ever, but we're sponsored by like the
The
biggest.
stupidest big companies.
This podcast is brought to you by the Navy.
Join today.
Let's hear it for
Where
our
you
boys.
can make your own destiny.
Let's hear it for our boys in ocean blue or
Boys
whatever
in
the,
ocean
the
navy
color.
blue.
Whatever they say. What's the Navy? I know. What's hoorah? That's the Marines. Is there a Navy like chant or something?
I'm sure there's
Side
there's
note:
Navy shanties, like sailor shanties.
I Calypso, I sing to your spirit, John Denver ship. It is April 12th, and it's snowing currently right now.
That's not a big deal. We're in Idaho.
I know, but
It's more a big deal that there's not still snow on the ground in the mountains.
that is weird.
Like the fact that the mountain closed in fucking March.
Sad. Oh yeah, so trivia.
Yeah, you got in a fight with a buck-toothed redneck. With a buck-toothed redneck in the bar. With a buck-toothed redneck in the bar.
Bucktooth redneck incest baby. Bucktooth redneck in the bar. Anyway, it was a bar in a burger. I'm gonna bleep that at a burger restaurant in a hotel.
Okay.
Okay, it was in a hotel that I won't name. Just to you can figure out where it is.
I don't know where that is, so
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm never gonna go to your trivia nights if they're still in Caldwell. Because I don't go past 5 Mile. Everything
That
I
is
need.
not that far.
Everything I need is right here.
Fucking all that shit's 20 minutes on the highway.
Yeah, dude, that's too long. It's
I waited 20 minutes
like
for
a
you on
half
that
hour.
fucking phone call.
Yeah, that's because
That was important.
it was
Not
my
like your
CEO.
trivia nights.
This is the CEO of my company calling me personally on my cell phone with his cell phone. Because I have his cell phone.
Samson again works at a monastery.
It's actually a brothel.
That's fucking it could be the same thing depending on what fucked up place you're in.
True.
Do
Do you know how many people called me Bob the Builder at work today?
You wore that to work?
Yeah.
And you're bragging about your CEO calling you? You're worried about Dylan calling you from the fucking skate park?
His name's Adam. And he's like old and successful.
And he hires kids who come to work. Hold on, you don't work in like a lumber yard. You're not sawing anything?
No, I was at a desk making calls all day and sending emails.
Yeah. You wear Nikes, that's okay. What are you trying to be right now?
I just like these. They're comfortable.
Okay.
And it was laundry day.
You don't have a work uniform. Your boss is just like, just don't be naked kind of thing?
Well,
Or maybe.
it's supposed to be business casual.
That's khakis. That's what business casual
But dude,
means.
all the
Fucking
I did the collared shirt thing like 4 days out of the week, except for on Wednesdays was t-shirt day or whatever. I did that for like 6 months. And then I'm like, all the marketing guys that like work in the same exact room as me wear hoodies.
overalls. Oh.
And like sweatpants and like or joggers and hoodies
Okay, that's
every
fair.
single fucking day. And I was like,
If overalls won't slide,
I am over this, dude. I'm wearing what I
over all this.
Oh, yeah, I'm over all this, dude. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god. That's a beautiful pun.
That's wordplay at that point.
Pun. It's a pun.
Yeah, it is.
Technically.
It's
It's
definitely
wordplay.
it's a pun, but
Puns are wordplay.
but wordplay isn't puns is the thing.
That's true. It's like the similar thing to like every
Catholicism
pedophile
and
has
Christians.
Oh. I was gonna say every pedophile has a mustache,
the
but
same.
not every guy with a mustache is a pedophile.
That's true. You had a mustache a little bit ago,
But now I'm rocking the goatee.
and no. I don't even want to cut that out. That's how I don't want to finish the joke. So trivia.
Oh yeah. Trivia.
I host a trivia night every week.
Every week?
Every week,
How much do they pay you for that, Jazz?
$70.
It's pretty good. Per week?
Yeah, but I pick it on the day I work. On the Wednesdays. It's on Wednesdays, and I work from 7 in the morning to watch your pops. from 7 in the morning to like 5.
Yeah.
And then I don't take the highway all the way out to where the show is. So I usually end up getting there right on time. And then I have about 10. You know how it's sometimes nice to... Fuck, that's... Okay, I misjudged your clothes. That's fucking smart. I see where you're going with this.
This is the best thing I've ever done.
That's a lab mic at that point. You don't
Yeah.
even... That's what we should get. And we just put them under our shirts.
Honestly. Or, dude, you know, it'd be hilarious if we rocked like Bluetooth headsets and just recorded all of our episodes through like a nice Bluetooth like headset. That's like, because they make good ones to have like noise canceling and shit.
We actually should. That would be legit.
Like,
no one's doing that. We should.
No one is doing that. We should definitely do that.
I'd be super. Like the next podcast we do, we should go buy some between here and next Tuesday.
I'm down. I'll order some for us on my fucking credit card tonight.
Samson got a credit card like last week.
Yesterday.
Yes. Really? Yesterday when we went to Fiesta, that was
when
the first.
I picked it up was after work, and then I went and met up with you and Willie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I got approved last week though.
So
yeah.
The thing that's cool, if you are on top of a lot of your payments, like mine, I try to pay off like a couple times a month just because, you know, don't spend more than you got. But if you do that enough, mine like it determines how much you should pay every month, and mine's like less than like $30. So like if you have like a heavy spending month, and you're like next month I'll have some money, but right now like fuck, you can spend like $100 a month and still spend your $1,500 or whatever.
Yeah. No,
I don't know if that's totally true, but I've been doing it.
It's been nice, and also like I've like.
I've also had a credit card for a minute, but.
Yeah, I've never had one, and like I'm really excited to like be able to
moving on up.
Yeah, just
moving on up.
You know, manage my time better. But keep going with this bar fight.
Right. Fucking kidding me. Hey, Apple. That it would be cool if we were sponsored by. Fucking, if you're gonna let us film something, we have the flash on. If it stops, flash the fucking thing. You know, let us know.
You're welcome.
What?
You're getting cranky.
I know. Yeah, I am. Because
I know it's bullshit. How do you think I feel about that's exactly what was happening with this fucking mic. That's the exact same thing.
At least we got the audio in
Yeah, well, I felt the same way. That my computer
okay, your feelings are valid.
They're valid.
They're valid. What were we talking about?
We were
kicking each other in the nuts?
Talking about how, well, we were supposed to be talking about what we're bad at. But then we got there somehow. So let's just move on to...
Fine.
A person you'd probably beat or at least get a tie with a fight. In a fight.
Stephen Hawking.
I was going to say Lou Gehrig, post-disease.
I feel like...
No, I'm just kidding. I feel like I could beat up Michael Cera pretty easily.
Yeah. I feel like...
And honestly, I personally, this is how I feel. Tom Cruise, I think you're a pussy. Fight me IRL. I don't think you do your own stunts. I think you're a fucking fraud. Scientologist, come fight me right here, right now. Boise, Idaho. Meet me underneath the flagpole on Governor's Hill, May 5th at 4 p.m. All right? And I'll fucking beat your ass to a pulp, pretty boy.
I'm bad at telling people what they shouldn't do. Generally, when somebody's doing something that I don't think they should, I'll tend to just not acknowledge. Like, I'll just say, yeah, man, do your thing.
Is that what you're saying about what I just said?
It's 100% what I'm saying about what you just said. Because I think he does do all his own stunts.
He definitely does all of his own stunts. But I don't think so. I don't want to fight him for it.
The guy who played McLovin in. I feel like I don't know if I'd win or lose, but I do feel like it would be a fair fight.
Macaulay Culkin, circa 1994.
You Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, but I'm like full grown.
Yeah. I guess the point is I'm not like a trained fighter and I've never been in a fight, so I'm just guessing people who I also think have a similar stature to me who also haven't been in that many fights.
I'm just
Macaulay
going for
Culkin.
I'm just going for like 100%.
100% just demolition.
Gonna destroy him.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, dude, he's been pampered. I grew up in the streets
Did you?
of McCall. Very affluent.
Yeah, there's like a lot of foxes out there.
Yeah.
I've heard that they've bitten people every once in a while.
Rabid.
Yeah, there's bats outside. They'll bite you.
Geese, lots of geese.
Yeah. There's lots of geese here too. Avalanches.
There's avalanche. I've fought a couple of those off.
Yeah. The flu.
Pneumonia.
I hate how pneumonia is spelled so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh god, I forgot that was beer.
It is.
I went for water and it was not water.
Just because fucking Steve Jobs boned us. Let me,
Chuck it.
All right, we're good.
All right.
Then why the fuck? That's unfortunate.
Queen Elizabeth.
Not the most familiar, but you know, I've never met her, but that sucks. Wait, was this today or like this week?
No, she's not dead.
Oh, what happened with her?
I was saying I could beat her in a fight.
Oh. Because in my head I was thinking, R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, yeah.
This is.
It really sucks that that happened today.
But
You
Queen
know-
Elizabeth, I feel like you'd probably murder.
It'd be world news. Oh yeah, I'd murder her in a fight for sure. She's how old? Like 1,000?
At least.
Yeah. I mean, she
But
was
she
around
looks
during the
like
Spanish
she
Inquisition.
looks like 600. So, gotta give it to her.
Yeah, I
there.
mean, seriously, what's your skincare routine? Because
Neutrogena.
no, it's probably
XIII.
it's
Fucking Maybelline BC.
Maybelline adrenochrome.
Ooh.
I have a couple more scenarios that I want your opinion weighed in on.
Okay.
So, like, if say you're like being rushed by like a mob of feral cats,
Okay.
and you can choose one melee weapon to use,
What's a melee weapon?
like a physical type weapon. So, like, it doesn't
Isn't
fire
that
off.
melee?
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some
Melee.
Okay. So like a baseball bat or an axe or
Yeah,
a sword,
like
something.
a sword or a hockey stick or like
Okay.
a bat with nails or like, a katana or like a flail,
Okay.
a sling. And like, how many cats do you think you could take out before they overtake you? And how
Good.
long do you think you would last?
I've been asked this question before, but instead of cats, it was 10-year-olds.
Oh, I think I've heard something like that.
Yeah.
before. I like thinking of animals.
Yeah, I think
'Cause
my
they're
weapon.
feistier.
Yeah, I
You
think
can
my
probably kill
weapon.
more of them.
My weapon of choice would be probably a baseball bat
Okay.
because I feel like I just need a blunt force for a cat. Like if I had a sword, I'd be more stabbing, and that's just a waste of energy.
Mhm.
But with a bat, I can kind of maybe get a couple at once. No. I take it back. Like a 9-iron.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'd be a little quicker with that,
Mhm.
and I kind of got the technique pretty down for
Yeah,
it.
you, get some good, you could just literally line up and just.
I can scoop like 5 or 6 cats with that fucking thing.
Yeah. That's pretty.
I think, I could get. I feel like I would put up a good fight just because with adrenaline and all that, I feel like I could get at least 100. I feel like I could get there.
Okay.
Assuming as soon as they start getting up onto me, I could also use my hands a little bit.
No, yeah, you can, but like you also have to like.
Yeah. Like I feel like 100, I'd put up a good fight. After that, it's gonna get tough.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's gonna slowly go.
Well, it also depends on like how they're coming at you, I guess.
Yes.
So like,
I'm thinking just surrounding, coming in.
Okay, now what if they were like coming in from above?
I'd probably just get a helicopter
Like
and
you're
sit in it.
you're in a forest, and you get to like this clearing in the forest, and it's kind of like surrounded by like tall trees, and so they're like in the branches, like diving down at you too.
Well, then in that case, I actually might want like a sword because then it's more of like that Fruit Ninja game.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
and you can guard yourself against their claws.
True. Yeah. Because if you have a sword, you kind of just hold it and they just jump into it.
Yeah, and they just kind of.
What's your method of murdering pussy?
Good wordplay. I would probably have like a. Man, I was thinking about it and like. I think maybe like. I like a golf club idea, actually, but the sword does sound nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking more maybe like one of those like longer, like thinner staffs with like a big like 6-inch blade on the end, like a big sword blade on the end. Like a, what are they called? Tool or something, I don't fucking know. But one of those bad boys, you know, so that I had a little bit more range.
All right.
And I could take out I could like really like get a good like swing on it and be like
A scythe? Isn't that what they're,
no, it's more like a
thing the Grim Reaper has?
no, that's like a that's got like the curved blade.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like just a fucking spear, basically. But like it's got like
Magenta?
yeah. And I think I could maybe take out 100 is a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to think adrenaline will make you do things you haven't normally done.
That's
like
true.
you would do more than you normally would.
That's true. So I'm thinking maybe like 85 to 100. I think you could probably take out more than me.
Why?
Because I feel like you're
A little cat-like.
not well. I feel like you can move quicker than I can,
Oh.
and so like you'd be able to like turn around and like get the ones that are like getting on your back.
I'm a lot more aware of my senses. Yeah, that's true. Where are my surroundings?
And you're taller, so it'd take it long. They take longer to like get to your face.
That's a bitch-ass excuse. Because they have to climb like another 12
3
inches
feet.
higher. Fucking obviously you're the superior human, which I'm not disagreeing with.
No, but they can like jump into my face. But I don't think they can jump into your face.
That's true. I could jump over you. Most people can't jump over me. Meow.
What about rats with no weapons?
Dude, fuck rats. I'd probably die quicker with
Like
rats.
New York is like you're in New York, it's totally empty, overrun with rats. You're the
dead.
last one.
I'm dead.
How many do you think you can stomp out before you die?
Less than I could cats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because of just how like I'd be grossed out, and I feel like at some point I would get to that point where I'm just let them take me
Yeah.
before I would with cats. Just because they're smaller, they could like if one's on you, there's 2 more coming.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
yeah, they would, and just fuck rats. They would destroy me.
Dude, I've seen some gross videos of rats on the interwebs. There was a big rat that got into our house when I was a kid, and it was like an old domestic one.
Domestic?
It was like somebody's pet. And like they like released it or it got out and it like got into our house because it was winter time in McCall and it like had to go somewhere. But like fucking, I like kept seeing, my mattress was like low to the ground and I kept seeing it like run on my floor at night. And I kept telling my parents like, hey, there's like a squirrel or something that like lives in my room or that got in my room. I see him running around like every night. And they're like, no, you don't. Like you're lying. Like you're making it up. Like you're just like a 9-year-old or like 8-year-old that you don't know what you're talking about. Like, or I was like 7 maybe. I was young, but because my parents were still married, so I had to be 7 or younger. And like, then one day, I see it, and my dad's out of town, and I see it, and I flip the light on, and it's this fucking rat, like this fucking big, like nose to tail. I swear to God, like this big around, and it's like black and white spotted like a fucking moo cow. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go and I like run and I grab my mom, like, Mom, the rat, it's a rat. It's not a squirrel, it's a rat. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's a rat, a giant rat. My dogs at this point, like, they're up and they have the smell of it, so they're like chasing it around the house. And then they corner it like in the closet. My mom's like screaming about it, like, oh my God, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
She like called somebody over. That was like one of my dad's friends. And he like came over and like fucking hit it with a mag light and killed it and then threw it out.
Good. One time my dad, we were at my grandpa's house in La Jolla, and they have a lot of rats there. And they had their pool, and there was like the pump for it. And that was like in a little kind of shed thing. And a rat ran back there. And at the time, my dad had a broken leg. And his crutches, and he just like walked over and like saw the rat tucked into the corner, and he just got the crutch and like lifted it over the thing and just pinned its head to the ground and fucking killed it with his crutch. It was hardcore.
That is hardcore. Fucking right after my parents got divorced, me and my dad lived in this house like right outside of Cascade for a little bit. Like when you're coming around that corner. And you go up into that like canyon area and there's all those houses in that field right there by the lake. It's like that. It was right there. And the walls were like filled with mice and bats to the point where like you could hear them like scurrying around at night inside the walls. And like we'd put up like glue traps and every single morning there was like 3-4 mice like in the glue traps and stuff. And like you could it was horrible, dude, trying to go to bed and you could just hear them like scratching in the walls and the ceiling. It's like literal torture.
Not into it.
People deal with that shit all the time, so that's fucking fucked.
Should we wrap this up?
Should we?
I think we can talk for a minute.
We have been talking for a while. We're approaching 53 minutes.
Let me like triple check here. It's like, what the? It's recorded for 17 minutes. My only hope is maybe I'll check the other thing and maybe it was like processing it and I only saw it at 13 minutes, but that doesn't seem very likely.
That doesn't seem likely either.
So there's a chance if you're watching this, here's our promo. If you're watching this, there's like a 20-minute chunk that isn't in here that will be on the Spotify.
So listen to the Spotify because it's
there'll
probably
be
a lot
even
funnier.
more on there.
But we're at 54 minutes. I want to do a news section.
Okay, I just have to go to the bathroom.
Can't hold it?
I mean, I've been holding it.
Can't just get a UTI real quick?
I've already had like 4.
All right, go to the bathroom.
All right.
I'll keep her busy. All right, so while Max runs to the bathroom, I'm going to talk about some things. So the other day, I was talking to somebody about a local news guy here in Idaho named Larry Gebert, and he was the weatherman for I don't know how long. And I don't like Larry Gebert. I think he's a fucking douche. And the reason for that is because of some interactions that my mom had with him when she was younger. And by younger, I mean like in the early 2000s, like when I was also young. But she's interacted with him 4 to 5 times throughout her life. And every single one of these times, he plays out to be a major douchebag in each fucking story. So I was like the other day just talking shit about him to somebody, and they were like, oh, he just died. And I was like, what? He's dead? No way. But I guess one time my mom went up to, she like saw Larry Gebhard, and she was like behind him at a gas station. And he had like a big
R.I.P.
motorhome.
Yeah.
And it had like a big antenna on it and shit, like a satellite. And he was about to go into the gas like thing, and like, you know how they have like the coverings over the gas tanks, like with lights and shit. So I guess his motorhome was like taller than that, and the satellite would rip off if he pulled it in there. So my mom like went up to him like in his driver's seat window, and she's like, hey, Larry Gebhard, Mr. Gebhard, like stop. And he went, sorry, girl, I'm not giving out autographs today. And then just rolls his window up and just drives forward and rips his satellite off right in front of her. And then like another time, he was supposed to interview her for like a news segment out of Idaho Ice World. Like when like, I think it was like, I don't know, it was like something was going on out there. And when she was like working out there, but he like rescheduled their interview like 4 or 5 different times, like 10 minutes before.
Oh.
And like they were all scheduled like early in the morning.
I hate that.
And so like finally she was like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna do it with the Channel 6 people. So he's dead.
R.I.P.
He's dead.
Yeah, as of like this week, right?
Yeah.
Or last week.
Yeah, very, very recently. That's why it was so weird that I was like talking shit on him to somebody, and then they were like, oh, he died. And I was like, oh.
Not related to what I was saying. Like, that sucks, but I mean, that doesn't make what I'm saying not valid. Yo, hook it up with more of those coffee chocolates.
Okay. So, the Idaho news is all very sad.
I believe it. Is there anything interesting?
It's interesting,
Yeah.
but it's not like podcast funny interesting.
It's not pretty good news.
No. No, it's not. I'll go to Yahoo. So here's a fun article.
Okay.
Turns out the mega comet is more than 80 miles wide, and it's heading our way.
Your mom joke. When's it landing?
This comet is literally the tip of the iceberg for many thousands of comets that are too faint to see in distant parts of the solar system.
Okay.
I think they just made that the headline to make you read it, but it's
Like,
not
are we
actually
gonna
like.
get pummeled by like 1,000 comets in the next like month.
They don't get to it until the very last paragraph, and they say, disconcertingly, the mega comet is on an interstellar road trip that'll bring it right through our solar system in 2031.
Fine.
Luckily for us, it's not expected to get any closer than 1 billion miles away from the sun.
Oh, we're like that far away from the sun.
Yeah, it's not going to touch us, but we might see it.
Yeah, that's cool to hear about.
Yeah, whatever. It's not newsworthy.
Any other?
If it's not hitting the Earth, I don't want to hear about it.
That's true. Like, let Mars like do their news segment on it if it's gonna hit them.
Farmer on TikTok reveals why some dairy cows actually eat Skittles. Cows love consistency.
We're gonna need you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, so
Sour Skittles or?
yeah, let me.
I'd fuck one. A sour Skittle.
Apparently, the story first went viral in 2017 when CNN reported that police had found thousands of Skittles scattered across a road in Wisconsin. The shocking part, of course, is that the Skittles were meant for cows, not people.
What? I thought it was like the cows just happened to walk upon those and they ate them. But these were like this was a truckload of 4 cow Skittles.
Dan says
Who the fuck is Dan?
Dan's the fucking farmer that
Dan's the man.
Dan's the farmer man that says that cows like Skittles. Okay, he's the main source on this. All right, he's from TikTok. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. He says that's old news. Dan says at the start of this clip.
We knew this.
Farmers have been doing stuff like this for a long time. And then he goes on to say, he doesn't feed his own cows Skittles.
Why? If Dan's the man, who knows about fucking...
I don't know, but then he starts talking about how like cows' diet's made up of a totally mixed ration, or a TMR for dairy
fuck
people.
Just get to the beefy part.
Cows need some amount of sugar in their diets, meaning the Skittles could replace another more costly ingredient in
And
these
what is that?
TMRs.
You're telling me whatever the costly ingredient is, Skittles is like the better alternative?
Dan goes on to say that he'd
Grass?
gladly feed his cows Skittles if it made sense. Generally, he says, the farmers who feed Skittles, Snickers, or other candies to their cows do so because they're near a plant where the snack is manufactured. That way they can acquire defective candy at a low cost.
So people are feeding their animals like scrap candy. And what's the result?
I don't know. It doesn't really ever go to say like. It just says at one point that like dairy cows are fed like these mixed ingredient feeds, and so like a lot of times like I guess if you're like in an area where you're near the fucking factory and you can get a bunch of defective candy for cheap, that's just like a cheaper way of getting the sugar portion of that like mixed ration into the cow's diet. Because dairy cows don't graze. Dairy cows are like fed and like kept in fucking...
All right. Dude.
I'm just making fucking guesses here. Or maybe they just fucking like giving their cows sweets because they're nice farmers. I don't know. Don't you like Skittles?
Well, here's the thing. Is like, I know dogs like chocolate, but I know that'll kill them. And I, is it like, are they doing a nice thing for the cows? Because I'm sure they like it no matter what they fucking feed them.
I don't know, man. This farmer who farms cows, Dan, the farmer man, says that it's fine. So I think it's fucking fine.
When you put it like that.
I'm not a dairy farmer. There's a lot of them in Idaho. Should we just call them and ask them if they feed them Skittles?
Yo, give me the fucking rundown.
I bet I can find a dairy farmer right now. And I can ask them if they feed their fucking person Skittles, their cow.
Okay. And they're like, did you read Dan's article or something?
Well, where's my... Who works in dairy? Let's see.
Are you searching your contacts and not Google?
Yeah,
As if you know fucking dairy farmers?
I do.
Why?
Because I'm cool like that.
Holy cow.
You might have to do it on my phone, though.
Yeah, you might.
Okay, here we go. Who does cow stuff? Fuck. Dairy farmers.
4-H friends?
Oh, I know.
It's all quadruple check. Because apparently I have to worry about this now. It's been recording for 30 minutes.
God damn it, dude.
That's so dumb. I hope we got some funny shit that I can chop up at least. That's such a bummer. Anyways, what?
I can't remember his name.
Okay. Basically, all the editing we're going to have to do to the audio here is just putting some bleeps in.
I just remembered his name.
Okay.
I think that the law is you have to mention that we're recording them.
Pedro did work on a dairy.
Truthy.
He was a cool kid. I tried to rush him into our fraternity, but he didn't want to join because we had too many weirdos, which I totally get.
I knew a guy named Pedro who I didn't like, so I always called him Peter. And it wasn't my brother.
I didn't think your brother's name was Pedro.
That's what Peter is in Spanish.
Yeah, I know, but... Well, does it really? No, it doesn't. It's just another name.
No, it's not.
Then why doesn't anyone, like, name their...
Maximilian in Spanish is Maximiliano.
What's Samson in Spanish?
I don't know.
Exactly. Fucking a name. In the Bible. In the fucking Bible. When they brought the Bible to Spain.
You know they probably didn't speak English in the fucking Bible. It's all translated, okay? No one in the Bible is white either.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, how'd they get fucking Peter in the Bible? Did they get it from Pedro? Because it comes from Latin, or does it come from Hebrew?
I don't know, dude. I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either.
Is your phone recording your audio again?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
God, dude, I'm not that stupid.
I didn't say you were. I said that way earlier.
All right, well, I think that's enough news for today. Should we sign off?
Yeah, like, I'm just so bummed that there's like 15 minutes that aren't in this.
Should we like draw it, like do a like drawing
An
of like what
animated
we think
version?
happened, like animated version of what we think happened for that time?
If there's any, if we'll listen to it, and if there's any like anything that we think has like an important visual component, we will animate that,
Okay.
and then we'll put that in.
And we'll do a really shitty one in my Adobe Animator, like really just learn how to do it through that, and it'll be great.
Yeah, and then but the full audio, I'm pretty sure we got on one of these. So
I have an hour and 5 minutes recorded on my phone until I made the call to Pedro, and then
okay, and then this was going the whole time, right?
yeah, this has been going the whole time for sure.
Okay.
This bad boy's at an hour and 9 minutes.
All right, cool. So we got some. There's audio. Please listen, because I promise that 15 minutes is not in here was funny. Pretty good, funny.
All right, we'll see you next time. Signing out. Goodbye. Watch the next video,
Deuces.
wherever it is. Thanks. Bye.